Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Clutterfly Effect Podcast with Julie.
And Greg.
And Norm.
Hey, we're the Peters Clan, and we talk about everything decluttering, what's going on with our life, and hopefully you see the goofiness of our family, and you can. I give you permission to laugh at us, to laugh with us, to think of us as ridiculous in some ways, because if you can't be ridiculous with your family, who can you be ridiculous to?
Right.
I mean, in some ways, we all are cluttered with our persona, our outside world persona, because literally we can't make fun of daddy's farts out in public necessarily.
No.
We sometimes,
Although he's brave to fart in public.
Yeah, I've done
so
that.
brave.
And sometimes he'll go, cover for me. I'm like, okay, what is that? So I'm like,
Dad, you're not Jack Reacher. Cover me. I'm going in. No, you're
you just had dairy 20 minutes ago. You're like, hold on, Dad.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, so we have a cue, like, cover me, Julie. I'm like, okay, hold on, let me make a.
You guys don't know how hard it is to not fart. Sometimes it just builds up.
No,
you gotta let it go.
Yeah, you gotta let it go.
Life is ridiculous, so it's okay if our life is ridiculous.
Right, and so exactly, we find the humor in almost everything in the midst of trying to take care of our families, take care of ourselves, take care of our businesses, all that stuff. Yeah, and so forth. So today, last week we talked about clearing the clutter, energetic clutter, and we talked about chakra clearings and how every day, and I hope everybody out there did this before they entered their house. They did what Greg does a little rebounding, does a little jumping before he gets in the house, shake off the clutter. There's that one dance move where you're tapping your shoulders, like getting the dust off your shoulders. That's
nice a dance move?
Yeah, you've seen that. Like, hey, I'm too cool. I'm getting the dust off my shoulders. I'm getting the energetic clutter off from the day before you come into your house. But today I want to talk about the ways clutter costs us money. Because if it costs us money, we are so energetically tied to finances that if it costs us too much money, it brings you down energetically. And you kind of have to clear that chakra off. So Greg, how does clutter cost you money?
Clutter, for one thing, my storage unit.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. And when you look at that storage unit, how does your energy feel?
Oh, I'm just bummed out.
You're bummed out.
I'm bummed out.
So you're not bringing in love from the universe and sending it out to the world when you see your storage unit?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
What are you vibrating at that time?
I'm vibing that, oh my God, look at this. I go, can I just bring a truck and just junk it all?
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
can you call 1-800-4-JUNK-ME or whatever it's called?
Yes. And, but I'm like, okay, I can, I guess I can put that on eBay. I can put that on eBay. I love
it. So you're already changing your energy state immediately.
Yeah.
Initially you're like, energetically, what the hell?
Yeah.
2, you're like, well, first I want to say I'm proud of you.
Me?
Yes,
You're proud of me?
I am proud of you.
I don't deserve any praise.
I hope all your chakras are spinning in the right direction and are glowing right now.
Oh, thank you.
Because I am proud of you. I'm impressed because we have an eBay store.
Yes.
But you said, you know what? I'm going to get my own eBay store going.
Yeah.
I'm going to start selling my kids stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about their youthful Legos or their dresses of that from Disney.
No.
They're gone. They're done.
Yeah.
They're done, but you're like,
you mean
trap money.
The kids don't care about them either?
No.
Nobody cares about what's in that shed anymore. Storage unit.
I think memory.
Rebecca does.
Yeah,
when it comes to Christmas stuff.
Right.
I mean that stuff will not be sold.
No, that stuff because every Christmas.
Although I am always like, we could just buy new stuff.
Yeah.
Because of the cost of the storage unit. I mean,
oh my God.
Just throw everything away and then just buy buy new stuff.
Yeah. Especially with lights.
Yeah.
I've seen people now come up with new ways of storing lights because we used to just throw them in bags and then every year you unwrap them and so forth. But I love that. I'm just going to throw this tip out because I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. You take your wrapping paper tubes, or even the wrapping paper, you put one end in one outlet end on one side and you just wrap it around your wrapping paper one by one. Now it means that you have a ton of tubes around.
Yeah.
Are you keeping it? No. So it was just one. I thought that was a very interesting way. But now that I'm discussing it, I'm going, well, how many tubes are you going to have around? Because I only have. I must
wrap
have
the lights around your tube?
Yeah, the wrapping paper tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have that many tubes around.
We throw them away.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't kept them for years. Exactly.
No.
I know. So that's a problem.
Yeah.
So do I buy more wrapping paper to have tubes around?
We just buy light rollers. I mean,
Oh, is that what they have?
yeah,
now?
it is you can put two strands of lights on each wheel, and then you put the wheels in it so they can turn like this, and then you wrap around the tree.
How lovely.
Yeah, I mean,
it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now
We'll
there
be
you go.
selling those on
On eBay.
On your
affiliate
eBay
I'll be
site.
looking for them.
enrollment
I
now.
need those.
But I want to say I'm impressed with you because you had a goal of 7.
Gosh, more praise. Thank you.
Yes, and you've got 5 out of
I got
7.
5.
And you still the week's not over.
Week's not over.
So you're gonna get that.
Yeah, I got.
Normano
I have
and I-
a bag of. I got a box of things I'm gonna. I go. I can do this, and I got these, and
Yeah. Normano and I unfortunately have to catch up with you because I have the same goal. And so we'll have to do like all 7 in one day,
Oh, boy.
which means he'll come upstairs with me and just hang out with
Yes.
me. And I'll do the 7.
Start looking at crap.
Exactly. Are we good with this? Are we good with this? And so
Sure.
forth. But I was thinking, I was reading this book, Declutter Your Way to Success, kind of the Clutterfly effect. But she was talking, Terry Seville Foy is her name.
Okay.
But she was talking about like just weird ways clutter costs you money.
Yeah.
And like one is like your garage being so cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
Like our garage is cluttered. But
Yes.
because it's so cluttered, we have one car that cannot get into the garage. We have a 2-car garage for one car. And when the hailstorm came,
oh no,
Ruined our car.
ruined our car, we had to pay a $1,500 deductible. And but the rest got taken care of. But so
All that junk cost us $1,500.
right off the bat. Right off the bat. And so you're going, what? Now, what else living out in the country do our
Mice.
and chipmunks? Yesterday, I got into my car. A little chipmunk ran from underneath my car, underneath the porch.
jeez.
Yes.
Yeah. He has done $800 worth of damage because he chewed up the soy. I guess all wires are made from soy now. Because why not? Because in Illinois, we can grow soy and corn. So, and cost us $800. You know, so by not having our garage able to hold our other car, we have cost us that kind of money.
$2,300.
Just
Wow.
like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. Amazing, right? And when you look at our garage, how do you feel?
Messy and not happy.
Energetically, you are bombarded with all the purchases from the past and all the dreams of the future that are not being actualized. Like we've got piles that are supposed to be on eBay to sell or on Facebook Marketplace because, and then at some point, you know, because they're kind of bigger stuff, you just hate to give them away. But we got our garage sale coming up, and we're like still debating about the garage sale, Dad. Where are we with that, the garage sale?
Oh, my God. I don't think we're going to make it.
Okay, we don't think we're going to do it.
No, we're not going to do it.
Well, we got the golf cart we want to sell.
Oh,
it might
yeah.
be perfect to sell the golf
I'll
cart
put
there.
the golf cart out there. That's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Anything else.
Okay. Well, we've got a few things that are big we probably could sell. But I agree. I don't want to do anything small either. It's just like knickknacks and crap. And we can perpetually clear that up. But just by having our garage not able to hold another car, that's
Yeah.
where we're at. That's
where
what
we're
it
at.
cost us. Just within literally a week, you, Greg, like you said, the other thing she talked about, which I totally agree, and this is what I think this is what the Clutterfly effect, the book, is about, because it's about clearing away the clutter so that you have more time, energy, emotions to create something new in your life. But in her book, Declutter Your Way to Success, she taught to declutter your way to success. She talks about how having a cluttered life takes up 40% more of your time. And if you could figure out a way to not have that. Okay, and we're back. We had a little phone call to deal with. No big deal.
Yep.
Okay, but we were talking about how clutter literally zaps you from your future dreams and goals.
Right.
And we've been talking about how so many people base their present moment on their past. But if you start basing your present moment on your future self, it just immediately energetically lightens you up. You feel good, like you did when you went to your storage unit. This is a perfect example. You initially thought of the past, overspent, or no one's using this anymore. I'm just storing it. You immediately shifted to, I can sell that on eBay. Can sell that on eBay. Can sell. At least, I'm not saying you were giddy, but now you're energetically neutral.
Yes.
And is it?
Or it shifts me from the past to the future.
That's exactly right. And there's Lisa has more power, right?
Yeah.
Because you literally have zero power in the past except to tell a different story.
Yeah.
And you're going, hey, that storage unit is no longer. I'm going to make a minimum of my storage payment every single month to cover that until it's all gone. Yeah. And so forth. But so just this idea that the clutter in your life is taking away from your future. Mom and I used to do for our group. It was called Clutterfly or Clutterfly Saturdays, where for 3 hours we'd have a Zoom call and we would do a process for 5 or 10 minutes, and then everybody would go away and declutter, and then come back, another process, an energetic process, and we go away and declutter. But the biggest thing I think that can really change the way you look at your clutter is have an intention for the clutter in your life, or the decluttering process. Once you have a big enough why, a big enough intention, you get immediately moved into the present, into the future, instead of the past and so forth. But I was just also reading a statistic. It said supposedly corporations lose $177 billion a year due to clutter and lost productivity and things like that. And supposedly 80% of paper in file cabinets in boxes are never ever looked at again. So in some ways you must put them in a spot. If you can't get rid of them, you've got to put them in a spot that at least is not going to zap you of your energy and keep you from doing the things that you want to do for the future. Am I right, Greg?
Right.
I know.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you guys are all in agreement. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
No, let's move forward.
Exactly.
Let's move forward. I don't want to be stuck in the past.
Well, I know. Well, it was funny because, I'm kind of shifting gears a little bit because I had something happen. It was just something stupid, but it's been in my crawl a little bit, which I don't know why. So we went to the Tony Robbins thing, right?
Which was great.
And so we're supposed to reach out to members of the group. The 60,000 people were divided into groups of 300. Okay. And so, we're on, I don't know, some kind of app that we all can talk to each other. And that I had to turn off the notifications because it was cluttering up my mind.
Especially 24 hours a day because we've got people all over the world.
Yeah. So you have people talking in Europe and they were like, shut the fuck up. So, shut the peanut butter up. So anyway, I had reached out to someone who on one of our groups said, I am looking for an accountability partner. And because I had mentioned that I was looking for one, and she's like, me too. So I reached out to her through an email and heard nothing back.
Okay. She's like, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
She's trying to keep me accountable. Jolie, when you talk about having an accountability partner, I do not want that. I do not want to be accountable.
No.
How dare you?
I have to tell you guys something. I'm your accountability partner.
Yeah.
Because I've got some big goals ahead that I need. Already, Dad and I have that truck that we've got to get ready for the bread run, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah. So that's a big deal.
So this week, I have put it on my list in the forefront because we placed the order for the tailgate. The tail lift.
Okay.
And she already made me go out and make sure I got the tires rotated, the front end aligned. Now I got to go out and get the oil changed.
Okay. Yes.
She's making me do shit.
Whoa.
The last thing I don't want to do is I don't want to spend $7,000 on this thing and then have it sit in our driveway.
No.
We're taking it over to the bread run and having them use it.
Right.
And so forth. But that's where I'm going to be your accountability partner, Gregory, because we've got to put shelving units in it for the people. Right. And that'll be your job.
Okay.
How
do let me start today. I'll do it.
Start today. I appreciate that. So anything going on in anybody's life?
Let me see here. Gymnastics.
Hey.
Sports, basketball, volleyball, and then,
you're all in.
I'm all in on this, kids sports.
Being a parent of kids in sports.
Yes.
I love it.
And we have, I was just looking at all our gym bags, backpacks. They got a backpack for every individual thing.
Right.
School thing, volleyball, basketball, and then gymnastics. And then so I look at my front, like there's literally 6, backpacks, just lying around in the front. And then there's no fixing that.
Yeah, okay.
that's
Because
just
that
what it
is
is. Do clothes ever come out of there to get washed, or you just leave them in there?
Sometimes I have to go. I have to go through it and like, I need to wash this and stuff, and But then I'm like, this is so funny. I was one of the kids got they just had to have a cat carrier for Christmas.
Oh God.
Okay. It's either a cat carrier or a pet carrier. It's
it's a backpack? Oh my God.
Okay, and it's got a clear cover,
Yes.
like hard, but it
Yes.
So you
and
can,
I just
so
like
you can see the cat inside.
I guess, and I'm just
no,
like
this is totally in right now.
I'm just like.
This is too
I
ridiculous.
was like telling the kids, I dare you to put a cat in this thing, to put one of our cats in this contraption. There ain't no way you're doing it. And,
they do it yet?
No, there's no way they do
It'd
it.
be so funny if they have one now for your dog who's
Yeah.
like 85 pounds.
It'd be like a wagon. Just put her in a wagon with a cover on it. If she'll chill out on that, she'd be pretty good because and sometimes I'm like, is this like dog abuse?
Yeah.
'Cause like I brought her down. This is a few years ago when she was a lot younger.
Yeah.
And a lot less overweight. And because right now she's just a big old dog that doesn't do much but just bark and want food.
Yeah.
Kind of like me, actually.
Yeah.
Like we really we're like the same being.
Exactly.
Well,
Well, they say that dogs take the personalities of their owners.
Well, sometimes it's like it's kind of funny because when the dog barks at me, I get real angry, and then like my rest of my family's like, "Why are you angry at her? She's just barking." I'm like, "How would you like it if I just yelled at you to make me a sandwich constantly, and, at the top of my lungs?" And I'm like, no, I think at that point you'd start
fighting back.
Yeah, you might spray me with water. You might get a water bottle and start spraying me.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, that's the part of the story that she's not realizing is when the dog barks, you are the one that's gotta go feed her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The kids don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they don't hear it. They're toned deaf to it.
They don't bark at my kid.
No.
The dog doesn't bark at the kid.
No.
She looks at me and like barks at me. But I did. Since it was a backpack, it was clear. I told my youngest, I'm like, you should just take it to school. So she put all her stuff in this like. It just looks cool, and then it's just like a clear backpack that has all her books in there and stuff, so she knows what's in there.
Funny. I had this weird
Why
memory.
is that a good idea?
No, it's just
not a
really
good
in.
idea.
It's just really in right now, and I have seen it in stores.
Yeah.
Like actual, and I'm like, I don't know if this counts.
It's because people are just trying to create stuff to sell.
That's exactly right.
Where
And it's like,
everybody
oh my
just-
god, this is so cool!
Yeah.
I can now carry
Everybody
my
has
little dog.
everything. We got to find something to buy.
Yeah, I want to try and put Libby in one of those. I wonder if she'll do it. She will go nuts.
She'll go crazy.
Yeah, she's like, why can't I walk? I'm a walker. I don't need to be carried.
Well, remember we had that doggy baby Bjorn thing we carried
Yeah,
for a while? That
we had a
didn't
baby
work.
Some dogs
Bjorn.
are chill. No,
Yeah, we had it for Mom bought 2 because we thought she'd have 2 cars. Like we might need 2. Why wouldn't we need 2?
Yeah.
If we're gonna have one. And then she grew out of it literally so fast.
Yeah.
because we got it for like a baby puppy.
Yeah.
a
Yes.
puppy.
And
Not
puppies
like
grow pretty fast.
They go
No,
pretty
it-
fast. But I just had this really thought because so when we were growing up, Dad. You guys were drinkers, Mom and you.
Yes.
I mean, you were in your 20s. Not bad drinkers, but you guys drank.
Oh, it was good drinkers. We were good drinkers.
And it was appropriate in the early 70s
Yeah,
for
the
the
best
parents.
time.
Best of
For the
times.
parents to teach their kids how to make a good Manhattan, how to make
Oh, those are the days.
That's what kids were for.
My kids can't touch alcohol. My God, those are the days,
used to
man.
be so proud of myself.
I told Lillian, I'm like, you'll never know what it's like to take a sip of beer off your old man.
That's right. You never know.
You'll never know how awesome that is. Too bad. Because we're like very hardcore sticklers.
No.
They don't.
No drink?
No. And
Yeah.
and we don't. I'm like, I one time went, oh, hey kids, go get me a beer, and Rebecca was, she don't get you no beer. You go get your own beer.
Oh my God, that's horrible, Greg.
That's so funny. But I was just thinking, like, what if
she's
the
not an
kid-
accomplished? What are you going to call an accomplice to bad habits or whatever.
Oh, an accomplice.
An enabler.
She's not going to enable you.
Wouldn't it be fine though? It's like if I would have said no, and I would have had like a water bottle and just started squirting my parents with water.
Oh yeah.
You want a beer, old man? Here you go. I'm 6 years old. I'm squirting you with a water bottle. What's that? No, no water, no beer.
Well, we actually wanted you guys to drink a little bit. We wanted you to get
felt
used to it.
I think you
making us good drinkers.
Yeah.
But when we grow up, we're having like no.
You just
tolerance to it.
You just can't turn 16 and start drinking heavy. You
got bad things happen.
Just let you know, it's 21's the age. Just let you know.
Yeah, I want you to know that you guys really trained us really well because I didn't start drinking until my 30s.
Yeah, and I've never really drank that much,
which was really good.
But you guys did stop like 80. Mom totally went.
No, you were not drinking for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went, why am I not drinking?
Right, yeah. Okay, we're over it now.
Well, after a period of time, we kind of said, well, I think we've quit drinking long enough.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring it back in?
I'm kind of bored.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's something to it, but I mean,
Well, I think I realized
I had all these empty bottles cluttered.
Now
then it was gone, and I'm like, hey, I can clutter. I can go buy a bottle.
Avoid, yeah.
But at some point, you just realize I'm really drinking a lot, and I got a lot of beer bottles in the trash, and I go, maybe we should cut it back a little bit for a while.
And then, of course, Mom's brother passed away in a DUI.
Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was like a precipice.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe we should all cut it out. It is the 70s, and
No, I've always looked at that as a positive moment. Then you guys quit drinking.
I do too.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
And also, I don't look at the past when you guys, because there was never a negative consequence to your drinking, but it was around us. Like I said, I was taught how to make good drinks.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. Well, here's the thing about the drinking. You were never it didn't change your parenting.
No.
You were never cruel.
No.
You were never this. It was just, you were just drinking because
that's what we did. We drank with every meal, and we just
drank.
Yeah, and it wasn't like an emotional switch where
and so
Dad had 3 beers. Oh my God, we can't trust his behavior. It's the same.
Except for when the relatives when
they were I'm sorry to say
that's the problem. We had relatives that were completely shit-faced.
Other than I was terrified.
We were terrified.
That was but
when they come up for the weekend, oh my God, I was amazed at how much alcohol we consumed. It was like, what the heck?
But but no, the fact it was I'm glad you guys quit, and I had a good experience, memories of that.
Yeah,
and then also when you did start drinking again,
I had good memories of that.
I was like, it makes sense. Yeah, there was no reason you really had to quit. You know what I'm saying? You didn't quit because you were an addict.
Yeah, and you were.
No,
but I felt like they were able to quit.
Yeah. You saved some money.
Yeah. It all worked out.
You raised 2 kids that didn't drink till they were in their 30s.
Yeah.
Because they just really had no desire to drink. And,
well, I think
and I don't have any negative feelings about alcohol or anything.
That's exactly right. It's just a thing.
It was,
it's nothing.
Well,
now,
I feel
sugar,
very
on the other
lucky
hand,
that you guys don't drink, much.
Yeah.
That you drink socially, but you really don't drink. I mean, times have changed. People, it was like a rite of passage to drink a lot, especially when I came from a small town when there really was nothing to do but get with your buddies and ride around and drink. There's nothing to do, and we were in the country, and not a lot of traffic, and you just, which now shocks the shit out of me that was acceptable behavior.
Yeah. Well, we've gotten better as a society.
We have.
And also because now we're so aware of these things happening.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't want to bring a downer, but thank God for MAD, right? Mother Against Drink Driving.
Yeah, exactly.
They brought to the forefront, hey. And Peter Attia had a podcast where he had this gentleman on talking about, if we could just get rid of accidents in cars and pedestrian accidents, we would save 40,000 people a year. I mean, something very
that is
crazy.
Incredible.
And half of those are caused by alcohol or
distracted
driving. And so if we can stop doing those 2 things, we would save a lot of people. And you're that's interesting.
I think people should wear reflective vests. at night.
I 100% do.
While walking on the highway.
Oh,
I'm like,
for
every time
sure.
I'm like, there's a guy wearing black on the highway.
Yeah, is he ridiculous?
Right down the, I'm like, I can't. Yeah,
I
it's
was coming home
ridiculous.
from your house, and Dad and I were driving, and I said, "Oh, I almost hit that guy."
Yeah.
He goes, I didn't see him. I go, I know, because he's wearing all black. I'm turning, and he's literally, I did not see him until I came around the corner.
I one time made a left-hand turn, and there's this kid on this is pitch black at night.
Yeah.
Like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
On a bike in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
All black. I'm like, oh my God, I almost hit this kid.
Gregory, you're making a wonderful point.
Yeah.
We should push that forward, that if you're walking or riding at night, you must wear a reflective vest, because it is, I think.
Just wear a reflective.
Yeah.
I got a couple. They're like $2
They're
at Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
just
maybe
put
not,
reflective,
I'll be
duct tape on
selling
your
affiliate marketing.
Yeah, you'll be selling those, right?
You know,
So like
that
those
probably would be a
reflective
better safety feature than even wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I think about it, because
Yeah.
then, you know, it might keep you from getting hit in the first place.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Huh.
We're just bringing up good points right
We're
now.
just podcasters for. Give me a cool for reflective vest.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
something like that.
Podcast,
Reflective. If you're taking a walk and reflecting, don't forget your reflective vest.
Yeah. Oh, reflecting on reflecting. Oh, that's pretty good.
There you go. So, how was the podcast today?
It was great.
It was great.
It was great.